Cruise news. Multiple job strikes are impacting a load of cruises. We're going to get you the information on that. Additionally, there is a lot of things going on in the cruise industry that can affect upcoming cruises. We're going to get you up to date fast coming up. Welcome to the Travel Scouts. My name is Jason and we are your cruise information channel. We get you the cruise news and information you're looking for quickly without wasting your time. So if you love cruising, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and kick this off with number one. Norwegian Cruise Line is pulling out of an Alaska port. Norwegian Cruise Line has made the sudden decision to remove their Norwegian Spirit cruise ship from the Valdez cruise port. This sent a shockwave through the Prince William Sound community. This move was made with only 3 days notice and no explanation. With a large portion of the cruise traffic withdrawn from the port, local businesses are now scrambling to find alternative income sources. Number two, Carnival Cruise Line has provided an update on their Wi-Fi upgrades. Like other cruise lines, Carnival is upgrading its ships to offer Starlink internet. Starlink uses low Earth orbit satellites to provide higher connectivity speeds. Carnival has announced that so far 11 of their ships have received the upgrade. And if you're curious which 11 ships are good to go, I'll put a list of those ships down in the video description. Moving on to number three, a quick hurricane season update. Experts have not noted any concerns over the next few days. The storm system they are currently monitoring is well out in the Atlantic and will be moving southwest over the next week. Stay tuned for more updates on how that system develops. Next, number four, a cruise ship has skipped a port over safety concerns. The Regal Princess cruise ship was scheduled to dock at the Isle of Portland so passengers could visit Stonehenge. However, they canceled the stop due to safety concerns related to a protest that was taking place over the weekend. The protest was against the government's plan to house 500 asylum seekers on a barge at Portland Port. So instead of Stonehenge, the Regal Princess passengers ended up getting a day at sea instead. Then number five, Carnival Cruise Line is responding to food backlash. Carnival has been in the process of revising their menu. In the process, they removed 2 items, the cheese plate and the strawberry bisque. Evidently, these were popular items, so passengers voiced their concerns with the cruise line. And Carnival Cruise Line brand ambassador John Hilt has announced that both dishes are now back. Okay, we have 5 cruise news pieces remaining, including the top headlines of the day. But quick question, chime in below. When thinking about cruise line menu items that you love, here's the question. What menu item on your favorite cruise line would you miss the most if it were gone? Chime in below with what that is. I will love reading that, and I'm sure everyone else will as well. But now, on with the cruise news. Number 6, Celebrity Cruises is raising their gratuities again. The cruise line raised the rates significantly last October. This new increase is relatively small. The increase is only 50 cents per person per day for most staterooms. The one exception is for those that are staying at the retreat. Those gratuities will increase by $2 per person per day. These new gratuity rates will go into effect tomorrow. Then number 7, cruise lines have been alerted of some fire insulating panels that have been recalled. The recall could impact as many as 45 ships across all major cruise lines. This has not resulted in any delays or cancellations for ships that are already sailing. It is expected to result in ship-by-ship inspections and then upgrades as needed. Now for the ships that are not yet cruising, that is a different story. MSC's luxury line cruise ship, the Explorer 1, has been delayed from its launch because it had these fire insulating panels, and those have to be fixed before that ship can launch. Next, number 8, Carnival Cruise Line has released a list of their themed parties. Now these themed parties, they include things like 70s night, 80s night, Motown, silent disco, events such as that. And look, every Carnival cruise ship will have some of these parties. They'll have anywhere between 2 to 5 of those dependent upon the ship, the length of the itinerary, the layout of the ship, all of those things. So look, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this list that has been released by Carnival Cruise Line. I'm going to put that information down in the video description. You can find your ship and you can see what parties will be available. And then with the first of multiple job strike events impacting cruises, number 9, the White Pass and Yukon Route Railroad excursion could be closed. The Railroad Union has voted to strike as workers seek increased pay and better benefits. The very popular Railroad excursion is a 110-mile journey from Skagway, Alaska to Whitehorse in the Yukon. Workers voted to strike on July 7th, and a 30-day cooling off period is required required before the strike begins. So unless something changes, the Excursion will be impacted beginning early August. And then number 10, strikes by workers at Canadian ports could impact luggage handling. Over 7,000 members of the International Longshore and Warehouse Union in Canada continue to be on strike. Some cruise lines have warned guests that in ports like Vancouver, they can expect delays with luggage handling. As a result, guests are advised to plan flights accordingly and to consider self-assist debarkation. That is where you carry off your own luggage if needed. Okay, subscribe and turn the notification bell on to stay up to date with the latest cruise news and information. The next video is coming out soon, but until then, keep on cruising, and we'll catch you in the next video.